Like to speak for a few minutes. I wanted to start by talking about these court cases yesterday that create more complications, particularly for the president's health care plan. The idea that the law is specific, which is what the Washington, D.C. Federal Court of Appeals said, that the law specifically says in a case that they had dealt with that you can only get the taxpayer subsidy if you work through the state exchanges. There's no question that the law in dealing with this issue in clear comments makes that case, and the judges agreed that that was the case that was made. Now, what happened was, not only did many states not decide to set up the exchanges because of the expense involved and the problems involved and the complication of the law, but even states that did set up the exchanges couldn't get them to work. I don't know that any state spent more money than Oregon did. Certainly they spent a lot of money, and in the first 6 months didn't sign up anybody. Nobody. Not a single person was able to sign up through the exchange that they had set up. Massachusetts, who'd actually had experience with its own law, and I would have thought would have been the easiest possible exchange to set up, also admitted that they failed, and that they would, if you lived in Massachusetts, you need to go through the federal exchange. I think 36 states have either not set up the exchange or tried to and failed, and so in 36 states, people, the only they have to get insurance in an exchange as an individual, and many of their other policies were previously canceled because of the law, is to go to the federal exchange. And now the court, in a ruling in the D.C. court, says, well, you can go to the federal exchange. Now, we should understand this, and I've been on record saying if you have to have it, I think you should try your best to have insurance. If the insurance you need is what the federal government prescribes that you should have, and that's insurance you should afford, obviously the exchange can be a place to get it, and it's a place to get insurance whether it's subsidized or not. But many people will find that those new higher rates at the exchange without taxpayer assistance just don't work for them. The law was poorly written. It was poorly structured. It was crammed down the throats of the minority in both the House and the Senate, and, in my view, health care providers and people who want insurance in the country in the way it was passed. There are many lessons to be learned from the Affordable Care Act, and one is never pass a piece of legislation this way. Because a Richmond court yesterday